Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers and welcome to another edition of the Summit Interviews, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is Bob Evans. Bob, a very warm welcome. It's great to have you on the show.
Hi, Sean. Nice to be here.
For those of you that don't know him, Bob left school with a bronze medal in swimming, no formal education, and became a joiner. He went to college and excelled. He climbed the ladder until he was made a director of the business he served and his time by the age of 29. At the age of 35, he wanted to run the business, but they wouldn't let him, so he left and built his own construction company and grew it from 1990 to 2005. He retired from it in 2005. Too young to sit on his hands, he became a business coach. Bob was made by dyslexia. He has used this as an advantage as he sees business in a simple way. He's going to show us how he coaches business owners to make a money-making machine by building a business engine. So, Bob, the title of our interview today is Building a Business Engine. We've got 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll start the clock.
Okay, thanks, Sean. So the first thing I'd like to show people is my business journey, because I think it's important to understand these things. So, as you just said, I was 35 and I started a business. So I had an idea. So this is my little business. It's a vehicle. So business is a vehicle, isn't it? So it's a little truck. But I didn't realise, because it's a startup, I didn't realise that the little truck didn't have an engine. But I pushed it anyway. So I pushed it down the hill. It was great for about 12 months. But then it got stuck. So I got out and I tried to push it. That didn't work. So then I got a horse and tried to pull it with a horse. That was a stupid idea. It's very messy. I would advise it. So then I had another brilliant idea. But this now we're about 3 or 4 years into the business. And this idea was, let's put an engine in the vehicle. That sounds a good idea. So I hired some help, a mentor, and together we built this engine. We put it in the truck and up it went, Wealth Hill. And at the end, my goal was financial freedom, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to support my family, I wanted to give them a great life, and I wanted to do that through business. I didn't realise it down here. It was just a job about there.
Yeah.
But when I did realise it, then I built the engine and then I achieved the goal. So the process is start up, struggle, build, wealth creation, and then you come to the destination. Yeah. And this is what the engine looks like. So a bigger view of that. And I call this the money-making machine, because the money-making machine, we start off with the market and cash comes out the other end.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is turn the handle, really. A bit more to it than just turning the handle, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the first part is strategic vision. So there's 4 parts. The mission and the vision, which we were all taught about.
Yeah.
But the bit I wasn't taught about was personal purpose. Why am I in business? I thought it was a job. I didn't realise. But when I did, then I could build this engine.
Yeah.
So the engine, there's 4 pistons to this engine. Obviously, the process is very simple. We bring in a lead, we convert the lead into a sale, we deliver the sales promise, and we get paid for it. Yeah. So they're the 4 functions of business.
Yeah.
Now, in an engine, if all those pistons are firing at the same time, it produces power, which is throughput.
Right.
Which is like a hose pipe. But if these things start misfiring, the hose pipe gets squeezed and we can't get as much throughput. So it looks like this. So this hose pipe gets squeezed, and these are constraints. So if we can identify a constraint in the business, 1 or 2 constraints sometimes, free up the hose pipe or our throughput, boom, the business starts growing very quickly.
Yeah.
So the trick is to find these constraints. Now, another way to think of a constraint is imagine a hot air balloon. And the hot air balloon is being tied down by ropes to the ground. And the ropes represent constraints, but if you cut them, the balloon takes off, just like a business.
Yeah.
So our mission is to confine the constraints. And this is part of the coaching. How do we seek out those constraints and how do we fix them? And this is what this is all about, the theory of constraints.
Yeah. Lovely illustration and a lovely way of explaining what's kind of going on in a business, Bob. And what are some of the typical constraints you see that going on in business?
Okay, let me tell you how to find a constraint.
Yeah.
The first way to find a constraint is through frustration. So what's causing me the greatest frustration in my business today, right? Because frustration means a poor result. We only get frustrated when we've got a poor result.
Yeah.
So Dave isn't performing good enough, or we've run out of cash, or we've run out of people. We can't supply the projects with the people. But another big constraint is the constraint who lives in this box. Sometimes it's the business owner that's holding the business back through self-doubt or an issue or knowledge, all these things really. So constraints can pop up anywhere. The good news is there's only 4 causes to any constraint in business. It's a systems issue.
Yeah.
It's an external influence, like the government's changed the policy or something, or Dave, my favourite customer's retired, or something silly like that. But we can always change something inside to counteract that. It's a resource issue, which is a lack of money, a lack of people, a lack of materials, a lack of plant, or it's a people's issue where we've got the wrong person on the wrong process. That's all it is. Yeah. We identify the problem and we address it and we move on quickly. And obviously you find the biggest one first, get rid of that, and then the second biggest, and so on and so forth. But what I like to do really is systemize for business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about really.
Yeah.
So,
Brilliant.
What do you think?
Bob, we've sadly come to the end of our time. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Folks, for more resources from Bob, check out his website. This will be below the video, but the link's www.freedombusinesscoaching.biz/money-making machine. Thank you, Bob.